Welcome back, everyone. This is Eric Fallon playing Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, and last time, after finishing off the battlefields, we came to Aquaria, and we're just about to go in. So, let's do that now. As you can see, the town is frozen over. We have an actual inn now. Let's see, this guy will sell you explosives, so if you want to restock, that's something your gold is good for. And it does actually say gold rather than GP. We also need to pay money to rest now. Can't just hop into a random bed. The ice doesn't melt even when heated. Does this guy sell something? Healing herbs are frozen, so I can't make cure potion. So that will be something we can buy later. For now, it's just kind of there. Let's head around the edge of town first. This reminds me of the top right corner of Baron in Final Fantasy IV. The cold air made Grandma sick. Except, of course, that it is frozen instead of water. But that's the thing, with the water crystal being stolen and drained of its energy, the water has frozen over. The waterfall doesn't waterfall, the lake is just ice. You can't walk in here. It looks like you should be able to, but I think you need the water to be melted first. You can still go under the bridge, so there's that. You can go across that stairway sideways. It's just an intermediate tile that connects to both the top and bottom. There's a thing there that looks important, but we can't interact with it just yet. The monster in the ice pyramid makes itself invisible. Phoebe's house, where Spencer trapped. Did we even mention him being tracked? Did Phoebe say that during her monologue? Or did this just come out of nowhere? I'll need to check. Anyway, Spencer was digging a tunnel under here, but now the dirt is frozen solid and he's stuck. Can't we melt it? Not unless we get Wakewater from the Spring of Life, but a monster in the Wintry Cave stole the Libra Crest, which warps us from the Libra Temple to the Life Temple. So that's what that symbol on the ground was back where she was. We need to get the whatchamacallit crest. So smart. Yeah, it's kind of a running gag, your protagonist being an idiot. And it does serve a purpose in that if the player character doesn't know what's going on, that gives an excuse for them to be caught back up to speed, so the other characters will remind them of what's going on, which reminds you, the player, of what's going on. And also tell you things that you don't know, not being a native of the world. But still, it feels pretty overdone even though it does have a purpose. Monster in the Ice Pyramid is draining the power of the Crystal of Water. As you may recall, we could see the pyramid while scrolling the map around early on before getting the Earth Crystal, so that is where the crystal is. You can buy a steel helmet here, so yes. I hope you're happy with the steel helm. We check armor now. That's an extra 4 defense, bringing us up to 18 from armor. And a total of 40, so apparently 22 base. And despite being 6 levels behind, we actually have more defense than Phoebe now. She is more of a spellcaster than a fighter, as you could probably guess from having all those spells and magic points. High speed, high magic, very high magic actually. Her attack is still higher, but again, she's 6 levels past us. There. Refreshers, those are the things that cure stat down. Magic Mirror reflects the images of monsters, so you can tell that's going to be important. We have an invisible monster, we have a mirror that shows monsters. There's another one of those crests here. Again, you need this special item to use it, and that then will teleport you somewhere else. We don't get any kind of air travel or anything like this in this game. Yeah, the grass is frozen solid, so you actually have to chop it down to go through here. Not that there's anything there, but it's kind of a nice touch. Yeah, everything is frozen so solid that you can't even walk through the grass. Anyway, that's it for Aquaria for now. We can't really do anything from here until we can do something about the frozen ice water. But here's another battlefield already. With new monsters, we have these edgehogs. So apparently we're fighting Shadow. Edgehog is predictably weak against fire. They kind of lose half their quills when they get damaged. But yeah, this should be quick to burn through. Scorpions are also weak against fire. So, goodbye. Should be the last set of battles, so... Yep, clean them out. And some bonus experience, which kind of pales to the amount of experience we've been getting from battles anyway. But yeah, here's the Wintry Cave. It looks kind of like Lavos, but it's not. It's just this spiky cave. Got these nice ice crystals inside. You can't blow them up. They're just there. Here's scorpions. I suppose I should try to conserve MP now. It's kind of overusing it on the battlefields, making them pretty trivial. Hey-ho! Has a poison attack, of course, which actually failed. They don't always inflict the status effects, just... It feels like most of the time. There's the hedgehog overworld sprite. And in this chest, we get our explosives back. Actually, I just noticed I completely used up Phoebe's black magic in the battlefields. So let's go recover that before going further into the dungeon. Presumably there will be a boss, and I'm going to want that on the boss. There we go. And at level 10, I have 12 white, 6 black, and 2 wizard, but no actual wizard magic, so it doesn't really matter yet. We'll get them eventually. Anyway, here we are back in the Wintry Cave. The thing that tells you what the name of the location is disappears after a bit, but the floor indicator stays in the corner permanently. For what that's worth. Is that enough? Not quite. But yeah, when the edgehogs are damaged, they lose most of their spines. Okay, now Phoebe is paralyzed and our main character is blind. I don't think that matters for bombs, though. Blind would reduce accuracy. And probably evasion, but bombs just auto-hit. But you can still hit regardless of being blind, it's just a lower chance. And in fact, we didn't miss at all. Let's use some cure potions. Yeah, I think that is a quarter of your max health. So they scale up quite nicely. We have some new monsters here we can see. There's something up there that kind of looks like a centaur. There's a new kind of worm enemy here. Now the worm enemies will still be weak against axes. So let's split up our attacks. Hope to status effect that. And palette swap of the previous enemy. So the damage thing looks the same except for the color. Maybe speed down, lost some health, but whatever. Weak against axe attack. Defeated the enemy. Okay, yes, that's where this collapses. Then she grabs on with her claw. It's like, here's how you use the claw. Now it's yours. And suddenly she has the Bow of Grace, which is much stronger than the claw. As you may recall, the claw was weaker than our other weapons, and now that it's over on our side, it's still weaker. But our best normal weapon is the axe at 44. This would be 79 if we were using it, which is even stronger than the bomb, which for now is still technically our strongest weapon, but only when targeting a single enemy. 37, 87. 79, so yeah, she has more base attack behind it than we would. For now. Yeah, you can switch between all 4 weapons now. The claw, as you're holding the action button, lets you grapple up these texture things. If you let go of the action button, then you let go and fall. You can come back here. I don't think there's actually anything in here, but it's kind of neat that you can do it. Because, of course, that is a higher level up there, so it makes sense that you can go under it, although you can't here. So, little weird on the mapping. Is there anything over here? Yes, there is. But for now, let's start where we fell and explore up there. There's a scorpion blocking this path, and you do have to go through it. You can't go around. Let's try out that cat claw and the new bow. Bow of Grace fills that scorpion full of arrows and takes it out in one shot. So Phoebe is now not inflicting poison and paralyze, but she's one-shotting things, so honestly that's better. The bow can also inflict, I think that was blind. Okay, so that also goes up somewhere. Yeah, if we go over here, we can climb up this, but no higher. If you try to go beyond it, you can start to climb, but then you slip off because there's no textured wall there. Anyway, we can come up here, grab these heal potions, which you do need more heal potions. I'm kind of low on those. You can over here drop down and then re-grab, but there's no real point to it because you can get there anyway, and there's nothing there regardless. Ah yes, these are centaurs. So switch back to the axe, hit that, have her shoot them. Yep, that's a one-shot. And they kind of raise their hands as though surrendering and were astonished. Centaur attacks with Riddle. That of course confuses you because, yeah. Phoebe attacked it anyway, and the enemy is defeated and we gained a level. Yeah, at this point you basically want Phoebe one-shotting the stronger enemies, and anything that you can't one-shot yourself, switch to the claw so that you have a chance of inflicting status effects. But that didn't work. Yeah, see the silly expression on its face. And there we go. Quite simple. Got some cure potions, which you don't really need at the moment, but they're there. This is obviously explodable. The game does not really get sneaky with those. But it looks like this spot is packed full of enemies. Landworms we can one-shot with the axe, so we'll do that. Hedgehog is strong against blind attacks, so that confirms that is a blinding attack on the bow. Which kind of makes sense. You get an arrow in your eye, you're not going to be able to see well. Now, this room is kind of packed with monsters. You can see there's chests over here. So let's see what's in there. These also look like some new enemies. Not in this battle, but between here and the chest. Yeah, we have what look like some new enemies here. Some kind of flying monster, some kind of turtle monster. I think that down there is the area boss. Actually, I think I remember these claws having another effect. So, 42 attack, 46 attack. Yeah, the claw is +5 to magic. So if you're going to be using spells, also switch to the claw. Turtles, I think, are weak against axe. A critical hit will easily take one out. Yeah, weak against axe attack. I think it's because they're shelled and the axe is cracking open the shell, conceptually. Okay, this is arrows. We'll take those. Arrows, as you may recall, being a projectile weapon, like Kirstem's Ninja Stars, will be effective against flying enemies when they don't miss. Iron Nail is defense down plus damage. You can see she's taking more damage now. Sparna? What the heck is a Sparna? Is this some kind of mythological reference I don't get, or what? Critical hit. Those hurt. So we'll be healing him up after the battle. It's not like I have a shortage of cure potions. Yeah, and we can't jump over here because there's a monster in the way. And you can't jump over the crystal because they're considered solid obstacles. But we can walk along here. It would be convenient if we could just fall down there and fight the boss, but that is not an option. So here we have a choice of enemies if we want to get to the other chest. We can fight the flying things or the worm things, and let's just go with these. Yep, that went alright. Here's the centaurs. So we can axe the worm, shoot the centaur. And that works out nicely. Until she gets confused. Is that a double kick? Phoebe is unconfused. So what's in this chest? Just cure potions. And by going ahead and beating the turtles, you get a slight shortcut out of this room. But there's still plenty more to explore, so come over here, kind of crawl along the wall. That's another spot we could have climbed up from behind the scorpion earlier. Right, continue through here. Okay. This comes out to another chest here, so let's see what's in that. More refreshers, so if someone gets stat down, that can restore it. This goes further up. No, it doesn't. That's basically the ceiling. Drop off here to fall faster, and we could have gotten over here earlier by just coming over here from the floor. But that way works too. Is there anything here? Nope, this doesn't go anywhere. We can climb over here, past the scorpion. And this is the wall we saw earlier. Actually, come to think of it, it may be partly this game's fault that I'm generally reluctant to use status attacks in other games. Because the only status attacks you get in Final Fantasy Mystic Quest come with your weapons. They're part of your weapon attacks, so you're already attacking when you're trying to afflict status, so it's never an all or nothing. You're still doing damage even if the status doesn't do anything. So, like, abilities that try to inflict a status without doing anything else, they just kind of feel like a wasted turn. Whereas if I had started with games where there are standalone status attacks, then it might have felt more natural, to just use status attacks on their own, without also having basically guaranteed damage to go along with them. Okay, so there's a split path here, but not really. Because they just connect right up again anyway. Right, and Phoebe managed to KO herself by throwing spells and arrows in her own face. Luckily, you do get revived after battle. So even that isn't that big a deal. Right, heal potions and arrows. Take those. Okay, yeah, this looks familiar. Yeah, there's the boss over there. We're underneath that glass-looking thing. Doesn't really matter which one I pick. Yeah, that bow is really strong for this point in the game. Yeah, there's nothing else over here. Grab some arrows out of that. And there's the boss up ahead, so let's heal up and save for now and continue with that next time. Until then, this has been Arafallon playing Final Fantasy Mystic Quests, and it looks like we've got a squid.